Welcome to another episode of Frankenfoot's Crappy Clash of Clans Attacks. Got two war attacks to show you. One was a 3-star, the other one was a 2-star. We're going to go over them, tell you what the plan was, show you how it was executed. So this was the first base I attacked. This war was a little bit lopsided. We had a whole lot of high-powered Town Hall 9s here. Max defenses starting to work on max walls. Heroes in the 20+ range. That's just a lot stronger than what we are on the Town Hall 9 level, and they were going down deep. So we had to really try to buckle down and make some Town Hall 9 3-stars. And just some other odd, goofy, frustrating things happen, like disconnects and just some bad luck. A lot of 99% 2-stars here, and it's just kind of really infuriating when stuff like that happens. But let's not worry about that. Let's talk about this base. So, what do we see here? First off, we'll look at the clan castle. Buried pretty darn deep in there. There's only one place where you might be able to send hogs in there to lure, and that's this air defense right here. But I have no idea what's in there. Nobody's attacked this base yet. Nobody's even attacked any Town Hall 9s yet in this war when I attacked this, so I had no idea what was in there. So I kind of didn't want to try to burn 3 hogs, because that's the only way you could make sure to get what's in there if you send them to this air defense, because if it's like a bunch of archers popping out of there, one hog's not going to do it. If it's just one lava hound, that'd be more than enough. So we're going to have to work to get the CC, and how we get that's going to depend on what side of the base we're going to come in on. So what side of the base do we want to come in on? Well, if we come in on this side over here, to the right, if we come in down here in particular, it's a good spot for the Valks to come in. It's a pretty big compartment with some high level, high hit point buildings in here. These expos, which have given me some real trouble lately. That's sitting right there. So if we come in here, we'll take out an expo. We've got 2 wizard towers here, which are pretty bad for your hogs to contend with. Clan castles right here, or not clan castle, town halls right here, and we've also got the queen. So this looks like a great spot to send some Valks. So take out all these things. The bad news is these storages down here. If your Valks make it all the way to the edge of this, then in all likelihood they'll probably want to start attacking these darn elixir collectors right here, or elixir storages right here. So they'll jump out of the base and they'll start attacking some really high hit point buildings while these things are firing on them, and that's not good. That's not good for anybody. But let's see where else we could attack from. If we attack from this side, well, let's say we attack from here and move in this direction, because that makes the most sense. We'll take out the king, then we'll move into this compartment. We'll take out, and then ultimately the queen's going to start firing on us if we make it into here, and they'll bust through. So it's also not a bad spot to start from. We do have this bomb tower over here, which would be nice to get rid of when you've got a bunch of heals and your Valks can just rip through it and get healed up right away. So that's another thing to consider. And then up top, you've got sort of buildings of lesser importance. If you try to come in here, you just have 2 buildings in here. It's not a good first compartment. You're going to have to bust through stuff before you already are having to start taking out buildings. Same thing here. This is a useless compartment to break into. And it could be difficult to try to convince your troops to go here instead of here. So this is not a good spot to come in from. So I ultimately decided I'm going to bust in right here. And the reason I made that decision is because I looked up here. This looks like this might be a good spot for some Teslas right up there. So my thinking was I'll bust into here and I'll have bowlers with me. And the bowlers can help knock out these Teslas here. And the Valks are going to want to move in this direction. The queen is right up against this wall here, so I expect her to jump over. But I'll still drop a rage here. So that's all good and well. I've got my normal GoWiVaHoBo here that I'm going to use. And so the next thing you got to think about is how you're going to enter the base. So we've got an external defense here, so if we drop 2 golems like this far apart, they're both going to coalesce here, and that's pretty much worthless. We've got some goofy trash buildings out here too, so we'll have to deal with those and contend with those. And there's one more down here, but he does. Oh, there's another one here, but for some reason he doesn't have one up there. I have no idea why. I don't know why you're doing that, Andrew. You itchy assassin, you. So I know I normally say never come in from a corner, but I convinced myself that this really wasn't a corner. It's kind of the side of the base, but I want to bust in right around here. And the reason I want to do that is because I want my troops to come in and work their way in this direction and ultimately get to this wall. If I come in the middle, they're going to maybe go left, go right, I don't know. But if I send them in at the corner, they're a lot more likely to follow the same pathing. So I've decided that that's how I'm going to try to start remembering to do that, how I'm going to send the troops in there. So like if we were attacking here, start with this corner and let them move in this direction. Start in this corner and let them move in this direction. The things seem to work better when I do that because it's a more obvious route for the Valks to take. So we're going to drop a golem here. We're going to have to drop the other one kind of far away. So I think I ended up dropping them around here, or maybe around here somewhere, just far enough away to avoid having them go to that cannon and clean out some of these things over here. And it's very important I get these buildings on this side. It's very important I get these buildings probably about to here. Because an awful thing to do is to leave buildings on the side and have your Valks and bowlers walk around the base. That's sudden death. I can't stress the importance of making sure buildings are cleared so your troops don't walk. The trouble is, if you look over here, well, it's just really darn hard to get your clan castle draw. So if you got a golem here, oh wait, no, the other base was really hard. This one wasn't that bad. I was thinking, look at this. I've got an air defense right here. So if I drop a hog here, he's probably going to go for that cannon. But once that cannon is gone, I bet I can drop him here, and he's going to go for that air defense. And I'll just use a test hog. We'll see what's in there. If we get half the draw, that's fine. Because my backup plan is I'm going to bust into this base, and once these defenses are gone, I'm going to have golems working their way in here, and they'll ultimately get the draw from the clan castle troops. You can see where this X-bow and these wizard towers over here, at least that one, if the golems move in this direction, they'll draw the clan castle. So as long as I've got the queen behind them and 2 poison spells, which is double good because then I'll drop them on the enemy queen, and so she'll get slowed down. She won't deal as much damage. So it's nice double duty here. Yes, I did say duty, and yes, I am laughing a little bit. But I'd still like to draw them out and have them come out here before I drop my Valks and all that other stuff, because if a hound comes out and it busts and the pups go everywhere, it's going to be bad news for everyone. So I'm going to try to drop a hog here. So it's probably going to be send a golem here, clean up these buildings. It'll tank most of this stuff, so you can see how far your wizards can go. This wizard tower is not going to be able to reach if I drop a wizard here, but the archer tower is not going to be tanked by a golem, so we can go about as far as here. So this building will be gone. This building will be gone. Probably drop an archer here. And one thing I was thinking was, the golem itself is going to take a long time to burn through that cannon, so I'm going to drop the golem, and I'm going to immediately drop a wizard right here. And he's going to want to take out these 3 buildings, and hopefully I'll try to drop him to take out that cannon first. And then once that cannon's gone, my hog's got better pathing to get to that air defense. So I want that taken down quick. And I want to do all this really quick, because the longer my golems are sitting here, the more and more damage they're taking. And look at all these point defenses that this golem's going to be hitting up with. We got X-bows, cannons, archer towers, another, probably not that cannon. But still, I want to be faster. I think that's was the mistake I made on some other raids. I was taking too long to bust in, and my golems were just too damaged by the time they got in anywhere. And so I'm going to send the Valks in. They're going to move in this direction. And here's what I decided to do about this. I just had visions of Valks busting up against this wall and moving outward. So I elected to drop a heal spell and instead bring a jump spell. And I'm going to place the jump right here. So the Valks are going to move, they're going to come through here, and they're going to beat up on this town hall for a while. And then with the jump spell here, I envision them pathing sort of in this direction. And by this time, the king's going to be harassing them, so they'll coalesce on the king, and hopefully they'll keep moving in this direction. But look at that. If they move all the way through here, look at all the defenses I'm going to have taken out in this base. And it's a nice, good pathing for Valks. So it looks like it's a good, logical way to go. And then this part can easily be taken up by the hogs. So the hogs will have enough pepper to get through this and come around and take some more buildings too if they need. Let's see, anything else I want to discuss? I think that's it. So we're going to drop a golem with a whiz here. Golem, do some cleanup. Try to draw with a hog on this air defense after that cannon's gone. Expect some Teslas here. We're going to drop a rage here, a jump spell here, and probably a heal right around here somewhere when they start trying to bust through this wall. And we're going to save one more heal for the hogs. Alright, so that's the plan. We'll see how it worked out. So you saw the timer. Let's see how long it takes when I go off. So look at that, 6 seconds. I only had 6 seconds left at the end of this thing. So here comes the golem. Apparently I dropped a whiz over there. Oh, so he could take that out, and then he could take that this building out. And you see I've got this wizard behind him. The cannon's gone, and so now you should see a hog coming out from up here. And yes, and he targeted that air defense. If you look back, you can see that receptacle popping up in the air defense. But here's something that happened. A Tesla pops up. Whoop. And when that Tesla popped up, that hog just paused where he was. I guess he decided to crap his pants or something. And then he decided to target a new building altogether. Now, for whatever reason, since he's traveled in this direction, he decided the building he's going to move toward now is this mortar over here. Why on earth did he make that decision? I have no idea, but now I get nothing out of the clan castle. So it's time to go to my contingency plan. I've pretty much wasted a hog. So now I've dropped this golem. You see this guy's getting beat up pretty bad. That Tesla's popping up. It's hurting him pretty bad. He's about to pop. So I gotta hurry up and get in there while I still have enough stuff to tank for clan castle troops. These buildings are gone. Drop the heroes on that just to lure them in. And I've started drawing the clan castle. I can't remember if that was everything. I wonder how that happened. I guess that golem got in here and just barely pulled the clan castle troops. So that was a nice little blessing. And so now the clan castle troops are out. No hound. So I'm just going to drop some poison, take care of everything. And I swear I had my finger held down, but those Valks didn't want to come, so I had to reselect and push it down to all get out. And finally, everything's moving into the base. I've got my rage down here. My king took a spill, unfortunately, but I've got everything nice and coalesced together. My Tesla farm did not materialize, but everything's nice together and just wrecking stuff, and that's exactly what you want in these types of attacks. They just tear through that wall like butter. And now, here comes a jump spell. They're moving to this next compartment. And whoop! Here's something I didn't realize. Here's the king's pedestal over here. That's one of these buildings. But the king's range is just about to right here. So these Valks jumped over this wall. The king's heading their way. And now as soon as the king attacks anything, these Valks are all going to turn back around and ignore these buildings and go after the king. Now, I saw the Valks moving in this direction, and they're getting kind of low in health, so it's a perfect time to drop a heal spell right here. Which is exactly what I did, but now my Valks is all left. They've all gone back. Nothing's in the heal spell, except this golem, who really doesn't take much benefit from a heal spell. And now my Valks, having jumped over here, after taking out these defenses, have decided, okay, well, it's time to run in the middle of the base now, because this is now my closest building. So I have completely wasted this heal spell. And that is not good, because my Valks are hurting, and I need to save at least one for the hogs. So I looked at what was going on here. I sort of abandoned this part of the base. I can't keep an eye on it anymore. I'm just watching my queen to make sure that I rage her, or I use her ability, well, when it's time to use her ability. And I'm over here. A lot of defenses clustered here. A lot of wizard towers, which is exactly where you want to use your heals on the hog. Valks are beaten up on a wall, a pretty high hit point wall. So I decided, well, let's drop a heal spell here. We'll get the Valks up, and we'll send the hogs right in behind them. And then this heal spell can do double duty. I can heal my Valks while I'm healing my hogs. So the Valks are getting a nice little shot in the arm. The hogs are coming out and starting to take out some of these defenses. Thankfully, the Valks are tanking from that wizard tower. And the heal spell is gone. Oh, I really wish I had one more heal spell for these hogs. So that Expo is chewing up through the Valks, but they barely got it done. And now let's take a look. We've got this many defenses here. And oh my goodness, I really wish that I had a heal spell in the bank. But I've got my queen, I have got bowlers, and I have got several hogs left. So I think I've got just enough to get through this base. I've got 2 wizards. I'm going to hold on to them. If I were smart, I would remember that we had these builder huts out here, or at least this one here. And I could have dropped a wizard there, but I don't think I was smart. I think I was nervous because I was running out of time, so I dropped them both here so I could start clearing through the buildings and clearing through the trash in this direction more quickly. Yep, there comes one. I dropped... Oh, no, wait, I already dropped that one. So there's the queen ability. The hogs are just slowly taking damage. My bowlers are gone. But when it's all said and done, if the queen can just get through that archer tower, she'll be in good shape. Oh, so close. Oh, barely. And the bomb takes her out. So, let's take a look. I have dropped my final wizard. I have 2 wizards over here. And I have... how many hogs? 1 little hog. So there's my cleanup crew. I've taken out all the defenses. And I've just got to get through this. Now, thankfully, wizards are quick at taking out buildings. So they're chewing through this pretty quick. But I've got this builder hut all the way down here that I didn't plan for. I didn't bring any archers like I might normally would. I thought I would have enough wizards, but I kind of panicked and dropped them all too quickly. But they've gotten through this side, and now they're going for this builder's hut, and they tear through it, and then just barely in the nick of time, my hog takes it out with just a few moments to spare. So, it doesn't get any closer than that. That's what happens when you waste a heal spell. So, for these high-level bases, you don't have a whole lot of room for mistakes. If I couldn't have done the heal spell, give them double duty on the hogs and the Valkyries, that wouldn't have ended so well. Where am I? So the next base I attacked was 8, and we were in trouble because we had a Town Hall 10 dip down to take this thing, but he got disconnected halfway through his raid. Even though he got disconnected, he still got 99%, but one little builder's hut up here kept him from getting the 3-star, and he had several archers in the bank that could have wiped it out had he not been disconnected. So let's take a look at this base. Well, we've got both heroes right here. So if you're going to do a GoWiVaHoBo, that's an ideal spot to charge in here and try to take things. There's really, I guess you could consider coming in here. You could consider coming in here, but you don't want to do that because you've got a lot of base to chew through to get to your heroes, and that's a very important task for your Valks to do. If you try to come in here, this is a little compartment. You got little compartments here. Not good to bust into a little compartment. It's going to be difficult to try to get in there because you get too much crap to make you go astray. So that's why I ultimately landed on this compartment right here. Look at all these defenses. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 defenses right here I can get taken out. I've got the queen right here. She'll get taken out. I got the king right here. He'll get taken out. So a lot of value right away from coming into this compartment. So where am I going to drop the golems? Well, let's see. We got it over here. So if I have a golem go to this whiz tower right here, it's just barely in range of that cannon. And I can take out this guy and this guy. More builder huts. I think I dropped an archer on there. Or actually, I think I dropped an archer there. But at any rate, I dropped an archer. Just one archer. And the most... and the other one of the most important things to keep in mind when you do this kind of a troop is you really want to funnel. If you don't go funneling correctly, your troops are going to wander around the base. And so I've had a Valk or a bowler go for something like this little frickin' army camp that's in the corner, little low hit point building. So it's in range of this cannon, not really in range of that. Not really in range of that. So in theory, I could have dropped a golem here and just taken it out. But if I'm going to do that, I'd really want to try to take out some extra buildings here because they might very well go for that too. So I've actually got to drop them there. I actually can't remember what I did. But I think I tried to drop a golem just barely into that cannon so he'd tank for that wizard tower and I can take out boom, boom. 2 of these buildings. This one's definitely got to go. I'd like for this one to go. In theory, I could take this one out too if I'm getting tanked for these guys, for this archer tower here. But I think that was a little excessive. I didn't want to waste a wizard on that one. Then over here, I'm planning on entering over here, so I don't need to worry about that guy so much. But these buildings need to go. These 2 buildings need to go. And so the plan's going to unfold from there. Again, not a great spot. Go ahead. Not a great spot to try to lure here. Can't send a hog in to any of these defenses. They're all covered. I considered once I had a hog beaten up on this wall over here, once I had a golem beaten up on this wall, sending a hog in. But where the heck are they going to go? If I send a hog in, they take out this wizard tower. They're going to go left. They're going to go right. Remember, they're going to be at the front of this thing. And they're going to go to the front, or barely the not front of either of these, and that's not going to get the lure. So there's no good, valuable way to get the hogs. So I'm going to try to replicate what I did the last time, sending the golems in here and let them aggro the clan castle troops. But the problem is I got to do that very, very quickly. Especially this golem over here. He's going to have the queen entrained on him. So what I'm hoping is I'll drop the wall breakers somewhere around here, and both golems are going to want to redirect and go into the interior of the base, because if this guy doesn't get out of range of the queen, he's just going to sit there and get pummeled until something takes out the queen, which isn't going to happen because she's going to sit over here. Nothing can reach her. Things are only going to reach her once they go into here. So he's going to sit there and take damage to he's either out of range or the queen is gone. So we want to be very, very fast. So we'll probably drop a rage here because we'll have clan castle troops, the king and the queen, all getting wiped out here. And then we'll just watch how this goes, and we'll drop a heal spell in an appropriate location wherever the Valks start beating up on a wall. But this is a pretty darn high level base. We've got pretty high level heroes. We've got a lot of max walls here. So if any little thing goes wrong, this isn't going to work out. But let's see how it did go. And here was my first mistake. I dropped the golem here. Went for the whiz tower just like I wanted. But look what he does. He goes to the right of this dark barracks right here. And now he's just out of the range of this cannon. Well, this ruins my whole darn plan. And I can't remember how far that cannon goes out, so I desperately try to drop some wizards here to clean up these things. I can get this one. I can't get this one. These 2 buildings have got to go. I cannot stress enough the importance of funneling and getting your troops to go where they need to go. These buildings have got to go. So I elect to drop my king on them because that's the only reliable way I have of getting rid of both of them. But that means that my king can't go into the base now. He's probably going to take out a couple of these buildings, and that'll be it for him. So I've lost that power. Sent my golem in here. Everything's pissed off at him. You've got the queen firing bullets at him, but he's tanking, so this building's gone. This building's going to be gone soon. And so we'll probably send the queen on this building after the wall breakers go in. So thankfully this golem does redirect. And everything starts moving to the base. I'm being patient on dropping my bowlers until I get things in here, and finally I get the clan castle draw. I knew what was in there. Oh, that's the other reason I didn't think hogs were going to work, because look at all these archers. It takes a long time to get all those archers out, rather than just one hound. So in comes everything. I've dropped a rage. I've got bowlers in there. I've got the queen in there. I've got golems in there. I've got poison spells down to the clan castle troops, so things should get wiped out pretty quick. Pops Teslas. No Tesla farms here. So the Valks are moving in this direction. Giant bomb. Drop a heal spell just in the nick of time. Get them back up. And then they decide to split. And then they decide to start pounding on this really high level wall. And I've got one more heal spell I can use in the Valks. Hopefully I use it here. There I go. But my golems have taken a lot of damage, so I don't have any tanking on my queen. So my queen, who I just used her ability, is kind of getting pummeled here. She's not going to be much help the rest of the raid. And I've got these guys over here, but my Valks have now worked their way on the outside of the base. And I have got quite a bit of stuff I need to get through with the hogs. So I made the decision to send the hogs in over here to try to keep these defenses down so these guys can be alive to make it through here. But in hindsight, I wonder if what I should have done was send my hogs in over here. take out these buildings and just keep the queen alive for a little bit longer, because I've got plenty of tanking going on here for these guys with these Valks. But I send the hogs in over here, and I'm coy about it because I'm not sure if that's what I should be doing. And that was a mistake too, because now my hogs are on different defenses. They start getting pummeled by these point defenses. And the other problem I have is I just don't know where the heck I'm supposed to drop a heal spell. Right? I've got nothing but point defenses here, and I've got this Expo chewing them up, and I have hit not one but 2 spring traps. So half my hogs are now gone. I've only got 3 left. And I just don't even know where to drop the heal spell. I guess I drop it right there. Why not? But it doesn't do anything good against point defenses. This wizard tower, this archer tower probably took out my queen. And so now I've just got a few Valks left with some bowlers. But this Expo is going to take them out. And so they just kind of go around the base getting picked off by these defenses. I try to drop a wizard to help them. But the Valks don't tank until it's too late. And I just didn't have quite enough to get it through. So had I dropped my king in there, it might have been a different story. Had I been a little bit quicker getting the golems there, it might have been a different story. But it just didn't quite work out. So the lesson I learned here is when you drop a golem, realize he's going to go to the left or the right of a building. If there's a building in the way, make sure he goes to the side that you want. The other interesting thing about this raid is watch what happens in the top left. I think it's top left. So I drop Archer here to help take out that builder's hut after my last raid. At some point in time I do that, I promise. Boop, there she is. So she takes out this, and this little trooper, God bless her little heart, she runs all the way over here and takes out this builder's hut for me. God bless her. That could have been bad. And then she starts shooting at this wall and does absolutely nothing. Okay, well that's it. Apparently I've taken 27 minutes. I talked about that first video a lot. I need to cut these down. This is getting too long. Anyway, this is Frankenfoot, and I'm out.